Hi, and welcome back to Inspired Alchemy's Unhinged Alchemy, new title of the podcast with Lizzie. This is episode 8, and it's the alchemy of fear, moving through fear. I was having a conversation with a new friend, and we have some very interesting conversations about life and music and all those different really cool things that life has to offer. And there are some amazing synchronicities. I had no idea what I was going to talk about today until I was like, okay, I have so many things that I have to do. I have to get the podcast ready because I have to upload it because I'm not going to be able to do it on Friday. And of course, I have to keep these promises to myself. And so I was like, what am I even going to talk about? And then I was like, I have to shower, I have to do these things. And then I'm like, you know what? No, I need to sit down and listen to these messages that I got. There's might be something for me in it, right? And then I'm listening to the messages and I go, oh my God, okay, yeah, this is what I'm gonna talk about. And really, it's the alchemy of fear. Obviously, fear, unless you're being chased by a bear or something, we create fear to help keep us safe. There are things that we really should be afraid of and danger responses and things like that. But then there are things in life where it's just our brains trying to keep us safe because of one reason or another, right? And so there was a story that I was told, and I forget where the story came from. I think it was from an artist, like a musician. And because I was listening to these messages and I couldn't remember where this story came from, but it was about a bird who didn't have a mom or a dad bird, and so it didn't know how to fly. And it didn't realize that it could fly until a bear roared at it. And there was like, oh, like I've got to take off. Holy, you know what I mean? And then it remembered. It remembered what it was supposed to do. And life is kind of like that. It's like sometimes we don't know how to do something until it's like in our face. It's roaring at us and we're like, "Oh, we've got to move. It's time." And so it's not just fear that's like that for me, but there are times where I get so antsy within myself and I know my patterns of anxiety, irritability, all of these things, and I start developing fear and it just becomes like this whole perfect storm. And then I go, you know what? I have to move. I have to do something, right? And it can be scary. Life can be scary. I've had conversations also with another friend slash client, and she was explaining to me how she's terrified of the things that she's going to have to do. And yeah, it takes courage. It takes courage for you to follow your soul, especially when it's going against societal what you should do. I have a friend that's like, you should all over yourself. And that has stuck with me for years since she told me that. And we have to just follow. It's scary. And sometimes doing the aligned thing is the scariest thing. And it's the right thing. Sometimes the easy way creates more challenges within your life, or you start lying to yourself. And like I said, sometimes fear is necessary in order for us to move. It's like I don't want to stay stuck in the same place that I am right now. I I don't want to not grow. This one of the scariest things for me is not growing anymore. I might be a psycho about it. Like in this constant state of evolution and transmutation. I mean, that's what alchemy is, right? It's this messy chaos, but yet there's still these times of stillness and beauty, and just love. So, another story, right? I tried to tell myself, oh, I'm not going to do a session for myself. I do energy work. I have a guide that helps me through it. Um, I'm not going to do a session for myself this week. I have too many things going on, this and that. And then I was pretty much like, oh, maybe you should go in. Maybe you should go in. You're going to need grounding, right? I was afraid. There is this fear that pings inside of me sometimes where I know that something important is going to happen. So it's like this self-sabotage thing that I run, even if it's subconscious. It's a self-sabotage thing that I run. It's like, oh, something big's going to happen. Let's not. Let's not do that. The energy of it, I can feel it before it happens. And then I allow myself to either get scared or create excuses and all this stuff. I am really glad that I went in because it solidified a lot of things for me. And I was brought to this place that I had never felt before. And this might go off on a tangent, but I still feel like it's part of listening to your intuition, even if you're scared. I sat yesterday and I felt all the belonging that I had tried to feel among everybody else for my whole life. I literally felt that within myself yesterday. I felt a state of stillness, a state of peace, a state of belonging to myself. It's like in that moment, I didn't need anybody else to feel like I belonged. And it was the most beautiful feeling. And I hold so much gratitude for myself for never giving up and for my friend that helps me facilitate, who guides me, and for the people who support me in my journey and in my unhingedness and see me for who I am. And if I hadn't been able to tell fear that it was a liar, if I hadn't been able to stand up to it, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't have met the people that I've met. I wouldn't have said yes to myself. I wouldn't be on this healing journey. I wouldn't. And I'm just grateful that I have been able to alchemize fear. And I feel like if we can start to do that and we can start to see our patterns in these things, it creates so much more for us. I'll tell you one more story. So after I had a session yesterday, I potentially got a new client. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Fear kicked in again because I'm at a new level. It's like, what am I like? I had taken a break from coaching for a little while. I have people that I coach back and forth, but it's nothing on a regular basis. And I think I needed time in order for me to really integrate who I'm becoming, this version of me. And I had to become more embodied and see all of these different dualities and fear chase and all of these things to become who I'm meant to be for the next wave of people that I'm meant to serve. And I was like, oh, like I'm scared. Like, what does this mean? Like, what am I going to do? What is this going to mean? Like, I'm going to have to change like how I've done everything and stand more in my authenticity. And I'm going to have courage. I still don't know what it's going to look like, but I know that as I move through these things, it will change. I also know that I'm going to have to dive deeper than I've ever dove into myself. I'm not even halfway through the darkness yet of the shadow. I mean, I might be, but like, it's like I have this visualization of this darkness, right? But in the middle of it, there's this explosion of light. There's this, and it's like glitter and particles that is just the light of being, the light of soul. And if you're willing to dive into the shadow and dive into the darkness and fear chase safely, right? Then you'll find that light. if you find the right guides to help you, you find the right people, if that means that you feel like you need to go to therapy or you need a life coach or whatever it is that you need to do, you dive into it and you find your light. I've always found my light in the darkness, and that will never change. And I think that it's just going to continue to get bigger and louder for me, that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So I appreciate you guys for being here, and thank you. Until the next one.